Hi, my name is James Fouché. I'm a rider on Wiggins-Le Col and we're here at stage 6 of the Tour of Britain for the time trial day.
Mark, Christian, James Fouché are focusing on today. The other guys will give it 100%, but it's a big day for Mark, as in it's a day he can move up on GC.
So I am a climber / all-rounder. Tend to do well in the sort of longer stage races, especially in France and Italy and Spain. So this year hasn't exactly been the best year ever. I actually had pneumonia back at the beginning of the year. That wiped me out for a good few weeks. And then just as I was coming back in my first race back in the baby Giro, I had a big crash and ended up with a hematoma in my leg. And I'm only now sort of getting back into it, but at least I can finish the season on a bit of a high here.
For me, I think the type of bike rider I am, I'm a winner at the end of the day, and I need to prove I can win bike races. So these past 2 years at Wiggins, that's what it's been about. First kind of 3 years under 23 was learning, and then the last 2 years has been about winning. Last year I had a really good year, won a fair few races, and then this year won a stage in Portugal to start the year, and I've been having good performances at like Tour de Yorkshire and that as well. So it's just proving that you can mix it and finish it off as well.
Well, being from New Zealand, yeah, it's a long way from home. I base myself in Girona in Spain. There's lots of other New Zealand riders there, so it's quite nice. The racing is real different compared to New Zealand racing. There's still good riders in New Zealand. It's hard to win races, but just a higher number of riders in Europe that are capable of it, so it's real different. It took me a while to adapt, sort of.
The way Wiggins has moved these lads on to WorldTour teams, through the younger lads starting with Premier calendars, the distance of the races there is new coming out of junior, from 60-mile races probably to 100-mile, and then obviously our European programme is setting the stage there really. Your baby Giros, your Paris-Roubaix, your Liège-Bastogne-Lièges. So it gives them an insight into what it's like at the next level.
Yeah, so being at Team Wiggins, it's one of the best development teams in the world really, definitely the UK, and it does all of the best under-23 races in Europe, and it just gave me the perfect opportunities to show what sort of rider I am, and I don't think there's not many other teams that would be able to give you that sort of high level of opportunity and support. So it's been absolutely amazing the past 2 years, and I don't think I'd have got anywhere near where I am right now without them.
Well, it's given me the opportunities that I might not have had for these past 2 years to step up really. It's just been great, really good support, provided the races I need. They give you that, and then it's down to me to put the work in. They've given me that kind of platform to prove myself. So I've been lucky to have these 2 years while the team's still around to be a part of it and pick it up and get this opportunity.
I feel like Wiggins-Le Col has done heaps for me. Like, had a good schedule. Wouldn't have been able to do that alone, or I don't think even with another team. So I feel like, yeah, the races they've been able to put me in, the support they've provided on the outside as well, it's been real helpful and wouldn't change it.
It's an end of an era, end of 5 years of moving bike riders onto WorldTour and Pro Conti teams, which has been great to see those guys move on. We got Gabriel Cullaigh going to Movistar, bunch sprinter, but can get in a breakaway, good solid rider. Then we have Mark Donovan going to Sunweb. People pigeonhole him as a climber, but he can hold his own on a flat like a Belgium Comesse. And then we've got James Fouché, which I would say is a rouleur, would be a very, very good domestique. You want someone to ride tempo all day, he's the lad to do it, who's got a stagiaire with Mitchelton, Scott. So, hopefully he'll get something from that, but he's got a lot to give.
It's still sad to be in the last time trial for Team Wiggins-Le Col. The equipment I love Pinarello time trial bike and all that, so it's definitely gonna miss it, but definitely looking forward to racing with the Mitchell and Scott boys, so yeah, good times ahead for the rest of the year.
Movistar's perfect for me. You know, I'll go in there, hopefully get, you know, the races I'd like, which are the classics, and you know, with guys like Jürgen Rollins and, you know, Valverde, that's, you know, experience enough for me, and then learn as much as I need, you know, myself the hard way. At the same time, you know, with the Grand Tours and the stage races, learning how to look after a GC rider is going to be invaluable, really. You know, looking after the team leader in stage races is vital, and if you've got that quality as a rider, I think it makes it really valuable. So if I can learn how to do that in the stage races with them, then, you know, that's going to really kind of up my value and, you know, kind of improve me all round. So I think it's a perfect place for me, really.
Yeah, so heading to Sunweb next year feels fantastic. It's kind of a lifelong goal, really, and to actually get the opportunity to go there next year is fantastic. It seems like it's a really good team as well, especially for developing young guys. So yeah, super excited, getting ready to get into it next year.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to be able to join Mitchell and Scott at some point in the future. Lots of riders on the team that I know and staff members from New Zealand and Australia. Is always nice to be close to them. But yeah, it would definitely be a goal to ride for a team at that level.
Yeah, I think Movistar obviously clocked on. I think the stage wins in Vuelta probably helped that along, and then they clocked, you know, the performances at Yorkshire and that. So it's just proving you've got the strength to do it, and you know, it's up to them whether they take you on or not. Normally, I think they like to kind of have a chat with you as well, see if you sound or not. And yeah, after I spoke to him on the phone, the next couple of days, the contract was, you know, was on email. So pretty complicated process, but it, you know, got there in the end. Yeah.
I started talking to them actually last year after I had a few good results. I actually got offered to go on one of their team camps winter last year in Calpe. That was about a week, and they obviously enjoyed having me there, and then it sort of carried on from there. I had a few meetings with them, and then around June, July this year, they offered me a contract and I accepted it. So it's just sort of all happened from last year, really.
I would like to think that Mark Donovan could definitely sort of get a top 10 in a Grand Tour. I'd like to see Gabs winning classics, you know, eventually. And sort of same with James, really. You know, I think, you know, opportunity, like a Matt Hayman, gets his opportunity, bang, he's gone. Yeah, I think with these three guys, definitely got the desire and the commitment. And you can get lads that got all the commitment in the world, but they just haven't got the raw horsepower. And that is just the facts of life, really. We've all been there, you know. And I think where you get your true world champions when they've got both.